bringing light to the bank, taking up the slack and turning on the crank. You did the right thing, calling us in. We're pretty damn good at talking to the dead. It's hit or miss, we see with most sessions. That's why we call it ghost fishing. Suburban Ghost Society, yeah. Suburban Ghost, Suburban Ghost, Suburban Ghost Society, yeah.
Hey guys, Tom here with Suburban Ghost Society, and we're here to talk to you about Aux Sable Cemetery. It's located in Minooka, Illinois. Before we start talking about the investigation itself, I'd like to give you some brief history on the area. So, the Indians, the Potawatomi Indians, basically hunted these grounds, or this area, from the early 1800s all the way up till 1833. And why do I know that date specifically? Because that's when the Chicago Treaty came into effect and the government booted them Potawatomi Indians off to Nebraska. Not cool. But anyway, so as soon as that happened, pioneers moved west in Illinois. And a pioneer named Salmon Rutherford established that area. He built a farmhouse, he had a farm, he was a beekeeper, he used the place as a tavern, probably a restaurant slash trading post for the locals and pioneers, moving west, moving west. So, he made a great effort to establish the area to the point where he actually named it Dresden. Now it appears from the documentation that I saw that this really didn't take off. His area really didn't establish to be a successful town. And it appears that the reason for that was the population growth of Morris, Minooka, and Channahon. So all those areas kind of really built up. So his really didn't establish or grow really solid roots. So one thing Mr. Rutherford did while he was living on his property was built a huge barn. And this barn was used to house the mules and horses that were used to move barges down the canal and move trading goods back and forth. And this barn that he built is still there today. So we're talking over 150 something years. This barn is still there. So check out this picture. So if you're ever in the area and you're interested in checking out this barn, they have a big sign out in front that tells you a little bit about it. And I'm not sure about accessing the area, but check it out. So one of the other things that Simon did while he was there was he farmed, but he also was a beekeeper. And I guess the bee population in that area was, extreme, so he was able to pull honey from these honeybees, and he actually sold, or it was documented that he sold, a alcoholic beverage made from this honey called mead. I'm not really sure what that is, but it was actually sold at his tavern. So it appears that Aux Sable Cemetery was established anywhere between 1833 and 1851, so somewhere in that region. Now looking at some of the headstones, some of them are hard to make out. They look like they're from the 1840s, but not 100% sure because they're so wore down. But it appears that during this time is when this cemetery was established. So let's talk about some of the claims from Aux Sable Cemetery. The one that really stands out to me is the one of the little girl. It's theorized that this girl's name is Adeline Stevenson. Now, from what I understand, her headstone was vandalized and it was removed from the cemetery and found at a local school. So it was returned, and it said that they feel like this is the little girl that kind of plays tricks on people. She'll roll windows up and down in cars, and she'll actually show herself once you park your vehicle and you exit it. So I've been there a couple times. I've never seen her. I may have encountered her on an EVP, not sure. But one thing I did want to discuss was I didn't really have the information at the time of the visit on Adeline Stevenson. And I didn't know who she was. I didn't know what her name was. I didn't know any of that information. And while we were there investigating, I was walking with Christina, and she asked me, do I know anything on the little girl? Do I know her name? Do I know where she's buried? Do you know where her headstone is? And I replied that I didn't know. But the ironic thing is, when she asked me this, we were standing right by her stone. So I found that pretty odd, that we were standing right there next to it. So, coincidence, maybe something talking to Christina that got her to ask that question. Not sure, but just thought it was interesting, thought I'd pass it along. So here are some videos from our visit, so check these out. Pretty old, huh? Is that 1880? 1881. I think some of the really old ones are back here. $1,900. Edward. Yeah. Now the trees are growing around them in there. '83. Susan. Hi, Susan. $1875. There's a stone out there, laying on its side. 7 Wall something? Wally? Yeah, it looks that way.
Do they know who the little girl is that they say?
No, they never really indicate a name. They don't say a name. But maybe she'll show up. That's why I always kind of look around. Not so much looking at stones, but kind of look at the landscape kind of thing. Because you just never know. There's one of them over here, I think, that has my birthday on it. Yeah. No, that's not it. It's over here somewhere. I mean, you think about this, 1905, I mean, 1800s. I mean, think about what this place looked like 100 and something years ago.
Yeah.
There's nobody out here. This place was in the middle of nowhere. that storage building. Nice hill. It's pretty here. That tree is humongous. That's a big one.
Cool.
Right?
It is pretty.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty in the fall.
What's going on, Angie?
My lens fall away.
Had enough with the lens ball, did you?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, they didn't live very long.
You know, and there's a lot of them that are real short. Like
6,
one guy was in World War II, and I think he died at like 28 or something.
24, 18 years old. Yeah, 2 months old.
Really?
Yep.
Is that like a temporary thing, huh?
That was 1998 though.
That's weird. But I guess I won't forget her. You know? She appeared to die from cancer very young.
Young girl?
Yeah. But you would think if anybody in this place would want to talk to us, it'd be her. Winterbottom.
years apart. Look at that. Almost on the same day. 2 days off, 3 years apart. Wow.
Have you ever seen one where they died on their birthday?
No. No. Do we have any southern gentlemen here? Roscoe? That sounds southern. Roscoe Whitman? Whitman? Hi, y'all. No, matter of fact, I think it was right here. It was right here. Because I got the road and that cemetery behind me in the picture. Behind you guys in the picture.
Yeah, we were right over here.
So is there like a southern guy here that wants to talk to me? That likes boobs? Say hi. All right, let me see your camera. Oh, that feels good. Nice breeze. I heard your voice, so I hope that you talk to me today. My name is Tom. Putting on the backpack. Can you say hi to me?
Let's go.
I think it was over here somewhere.
We're not alone anymore.
It's all good.
So let's talk about some personal experiences from our visits. So we've been there twice. The first time we were there, we seemed to have a lot of butterfly activity, and the butterflies were landing on us, as you can see in this photo. And not sure what that represents. I've seen a few things online about it, but if anybody has any comments or theories on the butterfly activity, we'd appreciate it. Go ahead and drop some comments down below. The other thing that we had there, we took several pictures, tons of video. Really didn't capture anything, but the EVPs that we caught. One specifically really stood out to us was something I'd mentioned in a previous video, and that was the photo I was taking of this lady and my wife, Angie. And when I was shooting full spectrum, and when I went to go take the picture, I looked in the viewfinder and noticed that I was too far away to take the picture. So I wanted to move in and get a closer shot. So when I was moving in, the girl that was with my wife said, "He's trying to zoom in on your boobs." Well, that wasn't the case, but I caught that on my audio, what she said, but I didn't hear it live. So as I'm walking up, I get in position, I take the picture. So what I heard later on my audio was, "He's trying to zoom in on your boobs," and then you hear a voice say, "I want to see them." Sounded Southern, could have been African American, not really sure, but it was definitely a male voice, and he wanted to see him. Is what I hear. So that's probably one of the coolest ones from our first visit. But we captured several from this visit. So check these out.
Mom. 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 Mom.
Say hi. That is so cool.
It's really pretty.
It's very hot. Oh, both of them.
1857.
Twins, right? Twins, right? Twins, right? Twins, right?
So if you could leave some comments below on what you think you hear from these EVPs, we deeply appreciate it. It kind of helps us establish what class of EVP they are, being an A, B, or C. A being, no doubt in our mind, that's what we're hearing. Everybody agrees on it. B, C, not so much. So if you could leave some comments down below on that, that would be great. So my overall thoughts on Aux Sable Cemetery is there's definitely spirit activity there. I feel from the EVPs alone, I could say without a doubt that there are spirits communicating with us, and they appear to be intelligent responses to our questioning or to our activity. So the place is not scary. It's beautiful. That road coming in, covered with trees, you go over a wooden bridge, and then it opens up to this small, beautiful, well-kept cemetery. Dirt roads leading you around the place. It's quite amazing. But here on the map, you can kind of get a layout of the road coming through from Brown Road into the cemetery, and that little loop section that kind of goes around the cemetery. And I'm going to leave a red dot on the map here so you can have an idea of where I think the Adeline Stevenson headstone is. So that'll get you in the vicinity, and you should be able to find it with no problem. But again, I think the place is very cool, and I don't think there's anything negative there. I don't get that feeling when I'm there. I've been there, like I said, a couple times, and I've never had any negative interaction with anything there. It is, somewhere nice to go and investigate and get responses. So definitely, if you get a chance to check it out. But I will warn you that the internet is loaded with lots of do not enter, don't visit here, you will be arrested or ticketed. And here's some of the signs that are out in front of the place that warn you of such. So definitely come and enter at your own risk. I've never been approached by any cops while I was there. Anytime I do visit cemeteries, I am extremely respectful. We try to pray with them when we get there and pray when we leave. We also bring flowers. And, one of the things I will recommend that if you do visit a cemetery is, bring some flowers or something personal for them. And, as you're walking around, you're visiting, let's let one of them speak to you and leave those flowers for them. Just a suggestion, something that you might want to think about before visiting any cemetery. Yeah, definitely enter at your own risk. I don't know if you'll be ticketed if you go there to investigate and you don't know people that are buried there. I'm really not sure. So enter at your own risk. So thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, and then hit that little bell thing. It'll let you know when I load up a new video. And we do have a couple more investigations coming up. We are going to do a private investigation in October, and then we're going to follow that up with the Wolcott House in Wolcott, Indiana. So stay tuned for that, and we are going to have our schedule for 2019 out there also. So hopefully in one of those 2 videos you'll have some idea what we're doing next year. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate your support and your feedback, and I will see you later. See ya.
You mentioned your sister sent you from Mile at a young age. Did that bother you?